Another executive has left Tesla. I believe this is the 40th in the last year,
that's
something
right.
like that.
Yeah.
This time it's Gilbert Passon. That's Tesla's Vice President of Manufacturing. Jeremy Owens is with us, MarketWatch San Francisco Bureau Chief, and he's their tech editor. Jeremy, this is another bump in the road for Tesla, yet another one, but the stock is holding at $250 a share. It's a Teflon stock, isn't it?
It sure is. And I mean, when you talk about another executive leaving Tesla, I mean, that's about as much news as Elon tweeted at this point. It seems to happen with the same amount of frequency, right? But I mean, again, this is something that we're going to have to see if they can recruit replacements. And that's going to be the real big question. Everybody here in the Bay Area knows what kind of shop Tesla is, especially over the past year with production hell, as Elon termed it, and the funding secured, and all this kind of noise and constant work. And everybody out here knows that they're going to work you hard, burn you out, and toss you aside. And so now that they're getting to a point where they really need to bring people in who can solidify what they're doing, can they recruit with that type of reputation around an area that has a lot of opportunity?
Well, they're going to need to raise a lot of money. Can they raise a lot of money if Elon Musk is not at the helm? My answer would be no, they can't, because everything depends on Musk.
It could be, but, you know, he has also insulted a lot of these huge banks, and are they going to want to give him money at this point, knowing that he could go on Twitter and ruin it at any point, right? So it's a question on both sides. Can they raise money with Elon? Can they raise money without Elon at this point? You know, and if they, you know, without Elon, who are they going to get to replace him? This is the question, you know, for Tesla right now. If you lose an exec, who's going to replace that exec? Because they don't know if they can recruit.
They got a bad, you were saying they got a bad reputation as an employer, work you very hard and then chuck you out the door. Is that how the way California sees it?
It seems like it, you know, and even more so than some of these other tech companies. You know, and it depends on what area you're looking at and what you're going to do. But, yeah, they're known out here as somebody who, if you go in there, you're going to work 12-hour days. You're going to work some weekends. I mean, you're going to be expected to go down to the delivery center and help, you know, push out cars on the weekends to keep this company going because of where they're at. And I don't know if we're going to see, now that the Model 3 is producing, if that kind of contracts a little bit. I think it would be smart to kind of try to bring down the pressure a little bit, but that's not Elon's style. He's a hard charger, and I think he's going to keep on going.
Talk to me about Facebook, because they reportedly found that the data breach that they discovered in September was done by spammers and not hackers representing a foreign state. Spammers. Does that make it better, Jeremy, that it was done by spammers and not hackers?
It makes it less of an intrigue, I would guess. But I think for the normal person, now they actually know what these people were trying to do. They're trying to spam them. They're trying to get their information and use it in that way. I think for a lot of people, nation-state actors kind of have this weird disconnect. I don't know what they're going to do with my information. While spammers, everybody knows what they're going to do with that information, and it's going to be annoying. So I think in terms of normal people, of what they think about it, if they know it was spammers, they would be a little bit more annoyed than hackers from, you know, Korea or North Korea or Russia or China. You know, then they're kind of like, yeah, what are they going to do with my information, right? But with spammers, they know exactly what they're going to do with their information, and they're not going to like it.
And Facebook is a Teflon stock, because when their earnings report comes out, they will have made billions of dollars, and they'll have a huge impact on the advertising market. That's why the stock is always up there, right?
Well, remember last quarter it went down 20% after their earnings, when they warned about you know, potential troubles down the line. And now we're going to see next week or 2 weeks from now what they are going to say actually happened, right? The big fall last quarter was off of the forecast. So if they're able to beat the forecast, they're able to show a lot of returns and not forecast as poorly for the next one, they could see a big bump.
Okay, we shall see. Jeremy, thanks for joining us. We'll no doubt see you again.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
Thank you very much. Got it.